Hello, today I'm looking at the second part of Majjhima number 118, the Anapanasati Sutta, translated as the mindfulness of breathing. And just a reminder, the location is Savatthi in the Eastern Park, and the persons are Buddha, the Blessed One, and many of his followers, including the more famous ones like Ananda. Now, in part one of this sutta, Buddha has gone through all the different stages and methods that monks can use on their journey to enlightenment. And then Buddha then turns to mindfulness of breathing, saying, when mindfulness of breathing is developed and practiced, it brings great benefit. It fulfills the four foundations of mindfulness. And just a reminder, that's mindfulness of the body, of feeling sensations, mind consciousness, and the Dhamma or teachings. And when they are developed, they fulfill the 7 enlightenment factors. And again, these are mindfulness, investigation, energy, rapture, calm, concentration, and equanimity. And when the 7 enlightenment factors are developed, they fulfill true knowledge and true deliverance. And those are the last 2 parts of the 10-fold path. Buddha continues, and how to do this, Buddha explains. Here a bhikkhu or monk goes to a quiet place, say the foot of a tree, an empty hut, sits down, legs folded crosswise, body erect, and ever mindful he breathes in and he breathes out. Breathing in long, he recognizes that I am breathing in long. Or breathing out long, he recognizes that I am breathing out long. Or breathing in short, he recognizes that I am breathing in short. Or breathing out short, he recognizes that I am breathing out short. He then trains thus. I will breathe in aware of the whole body. I will breathe out aware of the whole body. Now, the Nanamoli Bodhi translation refers to, or the body is translated as referring to the body of breath. And I think whereas in the Thanissaro translation, the body refers to the actual physical body, and Thanissaro refers back to Majjhima number 44, where Buddha, in conversation with Visakha, says, in breathing in and breathing out, these are the bodily formations. So taking that interpretation, Buddha next says, he trains thus, I shall breathe in, calming the bodily formation, the breath. He trains thus, I shall breathe out, calming the bodily formation, the breath. He trains himself thus, I shall breathe in and out, experiencing rapture. I shall breathe in and out, experiencing pleasure. So that's all dialing it down a notch. I shall breathe in and breathe out, experiencing the mental formations. And again, in Majjhima Nikaya 44, Buddha explains mental formations as being perception and feeling. So that's sort of abstract thoughts. I shall breathe in and breathe out, calming the mental formations. That is aware but not reacting. So feelings is one of the 5 aggregates, but don't pursue it into grasping and craving. I shall breathe in and breathe out, aware of the mind. I shall breathe in and breathe out, satisfying the mind. I shall breathe in and breathe out, steadying the mind. I shall breathe in and breathe out, releasing the mind. So it goes on, he trains thus, so that's all part of the training. He goes on, he trains thus, I shall breathe in and breathe out, contemplating impermanence. I shall breathe in and breathe out, contemplating fading away. I shall breathe in and breathe out, contemplating cessation. I shall breathe in and breathe out, contemplating relinquishment. And how does the mindfulness of breathing fulfill the four foundations of mindfulness, is the question from Buddha. And Buddha goes on to explain that by mindfully breathing in and breathing out, this calms the body, and in calming the body, contemplating the body, fully aware, having put away covetousness and grief for the world. And through breathing, experiencing rapture and pleasure, experience the mental formations, perception and feeling, calm the mental formation, then abide aware of feelings as feelings ardent and mindful, having put away covetousness and grief for the world. So too, breathing in and breathing out, experiencing the mind, train to gladden the mind, concentrate the mind, liberating the mind, contemplate the mind as mind, ardent, fully aware and mindful, having put away covetousness and grief for the world. I do not say that there is development of mindfulness of breathing for one who is forgetful, who is not fully aware. The bhikkhu is fully aware and mindful, having put away covetousness and grief for the world. So it's not drifting off into a dream state. And for the last of the four foundations of mindfulness, a bhikkhu abides contemplating mind objects, ardent, fully aware and mindful. Having seen with wisdom the abandoning of covetousness and grief, he closely looks on with equanimity. This occurs when a bhikkhu breathes in and breathes out, contemplating impermanence, contemplating fading away, contemplating cessation, contemplating relinquishment. And for the enlightenment factors, the mindfulness enlightenment factor is fully engaged when the bhikkhu abides contemplating the body as a body, ardent, fully aware and mindful, having put away covetousness and grief for the world. Abiding thus mindful, he examines that state with wisdom. Thus, the enlightenment factor of investigation of states, investigation of states enlightenment factor is aroused in him. From this tireless energy is aroused. I'll reread that. From this tireless energy is aroused when embarking on this full inquiry. This is the energy enlightenment factor. And in one who has aroused energy, unworldly rapture arises. The rapture enlightenment factor is aroused in him. He develops it, and by development it comes to fulfillment in him. And in one who is rapturous, the body and mind become tranquil. The tranquility enlightenment factor that can be developed and fulfilled. In one whose body is tranquil and who feels pleasure, the mind becomes concentrated. This is the concentration enlightenment factor. This too can be developed and fulfilled. He closely looks on with equanimity at the mind thus concentrated. This is the equanimity enlightenment factor. This can be developed and fulfilled. Thus, the 7 enlightenment factors, when fulfilled, lead to true knowledge and deliverance. This is what the Blessed One said, and the bhikkhus were satisfied and delighted with his words. And that's the end of Majjhima Nikaya number 118, the Anapanasati Sutta. Thanks for watching.